morning and welcome to Kantipur TV HD. You're watching Kantipur Yoga and ajko episode ma chai we will be breaking down and learning something called Kriya. So yoga ma chai we have a few things that we practice. Yoga asanas is also one thing. There is also something we call Kriyas. Kriya bhaneko chai to do things. That means a practice to cleanse the body, mind and the insides of the body. So asana practice is strengthening, flexibility, mobility for your health issues, for prevention of your health issues. So the Kriya practice that we're going to break down today is called Mula Shodhana, that means your tongue cleansing. Now this tongue cleansing Kriya needs to be done outdoor or in a bathroom. So we will be avoiding to show it right now, maybe later on. So what basically it means is you're going to take 2 fingers inside your mouth and cleanse your tongue. Now if that also means you need to throw up or vomit sometimes, that may happen. Especially when you're struggling or you think that indigestion bhairacha bhane chai, this is a very great Kriya to practice to cleanse the stomach and remove what is irritating the stomach outside. Moving into Jalaneti. Jalaneti is when you take warm water and you gently snort it in. Snort is the right term because you take the Jalaneti pot, a little warm water, 1 pinch of salt and you slowly insert it in from one nostril. You let it go up into your sinus, cleanse and come out through the other nostril. Especially if you struggle with allergies, dust allergies, pollen season change bhako bela chai, if you think you have a little allergy, sneezing, wheezing and cough coming through, practicing Jalaneti on a regular basis will really help you get rid of that problem completely. Jalaneti is also done for kids and bachaharu who struggle with mucus. So when you're unable to blow your nose, for kids only, there is a Jalaneti pot. It looks like a normal pot but with a teapot kettle kind of thing coming out. So you gently insert it through one nostril and you squeeze and pump the water in so it comes in and pushes all the blocked and stuck mucus from here outside. If you struggle from sinus problems, this is a very great practice to practice. Again, we require water, a bath, a room or a tiny bucket for us to be able to, for me to show you this practice. Moving in to another Kriya practice which is called Kapala Bhati. So it's called Kapala and Bhati, that means shining breath. So this breath helps you purify your body inside out. This also adds a little glow to your face. Now how do you do that? It's a very tiny breakdown I'm going to give you. We have a few more things to revise and go through. So Kapala Bhati, what you're going to do is you're going to sit up into a nice comfortable position. You're going to be seated on both your hips down. Sukhasana is one of the best positions to try this practice in. Now you're going to gently inhale in and force the breath out from your abdomen, constrict your throat and exhale out. So we're going to start practicing the Kapala Bhati right now. So what you're going to do is you're going to come up into a comfortable seated position. Make sure both your knees are down. Choosing Sukhasana is one of the best positions to sit here because you're nice and grounded and relaxed. So we're going to breathe in from our nose. Try and expand your belly a little bit more. And now you're going to force the breath outside. But one thing to keep in mind is you're not going to flare the nostrils. So when you exhale, that means you're not going to flare your nostrils. You're going to keep it in closed, relax. Your nose is going to be very relaxed. Now coming into this yogic practice, you inhale in and you force the breath out. You squeeze your abdomen, force the breath out. Let's do this a few rounds. Inhale in. Especially these practices are for people who struggle with allergies, sinuses and consider themselves feeling a little congestion on your chest. Or let's say it is winter time, so you're very prone to cold and cough and dust allergies and season is changing. Practicing this practice, especially when you are prone to such issues and health concerns, you might want to give this a try. Now who should avoid doing this? Anybody who is having abdominal discomfort. Basic reason because we are trying to squeeze the abdomen as much as possible. So if you're having abdominal problems, try and avoid this. Once you feel better, you can come into this practice. Also, if you already have a blocked nose, so if you have a very irritated and blocked nose, you're going to avoid any pranayam practice completely, any breath work practice at all, because you do not want to force the breath coming in and going out and create more trouble on your nostrils over here. Moving in to our Kriya practice that we're actually here for today. So the next Kriya practice that we're going to practice now is called Kapala Randra Dhauti. That means Kapala means forehead or face, Randra means passages, and Dhauti means to cleanse. So we're going to practice this now. This is specifically for anybody who struggles with asthma and somebody who struggles with sinus problems. So if you are in that category, this episode is for you, and this is something that you can make a part of your lifestyle. So what we're going to do is, Kapala means again face and head, so we're going to focus only on this upper region. Then the passages means your nasal passages, these two holes that are over here on our nose is called the nasal passage. And now the nasal passage ko break down. Say this over here is our sinus and this over here is our sinus. So when you feel irritated and you feel liquid coming out of your nose, also called phlegm, in a few languages you call it balgam, and other words are also there in substitute for that. But what that means is this sinuses over here produce a mucus. Mucus comes out through the nose passages in. You might also feel the mucus from top that comes, it goes behind the throat and down. Now when that happens, that goes into your lungs and causes congestion over here. So when you feel the need to cough and the congestion comes up, you would likely want to spit it out, because if you swallow it back again, it just goes back inside the body. So when you exhale and you cough, that cough that comes out, it's best if you spit it out to get rid of that mucus so that it doesn't congest in your chest. Now when you have a congested chest and sinuses, it can be really painful. For somebody who has sinus problems, you can understand when I say your cheeks feel tight and heavy, your forehead gets very tight and heavy, your eyes also start to feel the stress coming in from the sinuses that are active over here. That may also lead into headaches, chest pains, irritation in breathing, or complete blockage of the nose. Now, there are a few practices and home remedies that we practice. Hamro yoga ma pani and general we say nuskas. So what that means is you take a hot tub of steam, or you use a steamer, you can take a steam to relax your nasal passages. And what to do when you take a steam. So steam garda kheri chai, this is the kriya that you practice. So we're going to make sure our hands are clean. Then you're going to take these 3 fingers and the thumb. So you will take your thumb and press it onto the temples of the forehead. So this one dent, you'll feel a tiny dent right above the eye next to the eyebrow. You're going to take your thumb and press the thumb in towards the dent. Now these 3 fingers that are out free are going to come and press against the forehead. Now you're gently going to create a little pressure and pull the skin in towards the side and press. You may also do like a little circular motion if that feels better. We will come in again, slowly pull. We'll do this 3 to 4 times. In. Repeat to the other side. Left hand, left temple, 3 fingers. Come up in, pull. Now you may also take both the fingers at the same time, just 2 this time because 3 will not fit your forehead. Slowly take 2, press again into the temples, take 2, gently come in, overlap, and slowly pull the skin away into the temples. You may do that up and down both. You may also do a little circular motions over here. And gently relax. Now this was 1/2 of the sinus massage that we just did. Now Kapala Randra Dhauti means cleansing of the sinuses. So this was the first half of the sinus cleanse that we did. Now after you do this, kindly keep a tissue paper, handkerchief, or where you can blow your nose out, because after you massage this, you will feel the mucus come down from the nasal passage down towards your nostrils, and you should blow that out so you can get rid and feel lighter in the head. You can also continue to take a steam so that balgam and mucus will get a little loose and your swelling over here will reduce, so it will be easier for you to pass that mucus outside and let it leave the body. Moving in to the lower half of the sinus work on our face. Again, the same technique applies. You can place this down on your chin, so you can place the thumb over here, or you can just take your fingers and just place them onto the side of the jaw. You can also massage the jaw if it's tight, but you can take these fingers slowly from underneath your eye, so your nasal passage from underneath the eye. Gently take your fingers and draw them up in towards the face. So you're going to take it from down again, draw it up in towards the face. Do this a few times. If you think you need more pressure, you can press in a little bit deeper and go back up. You can use 3 fingers if you need. Keep that going. Then you can shuffle in between this same technique again, back down over here, rub and hold. Now what this does is, especially sinus active bacobella or extreme mucus fill bacobella say, it is very hard for it to come out, because again this sinus is down here and this sinus is up here. So majority of the time blockage bacobella say it's generally coming from here. But if you have severe sinus problems, your cheeks might feel heavy too, especially winter time or when the season is changing. Your pollen allergy will trigger this mucus and form in large amounts. So when you practice this again, this loosens up and slowly starts to come out. Again, make sure you're taking a steam, so that adds like a bonus to help you relieve yourself of the sinus. Now coming in to who should not practice this. If you are struggling with severe acne and skin problems, you should avoid practicing this Kriya, because this requires again your palms to touch your face and massaging of the facial muscles. So if you have triggered cystic acne especially, or if you get pimples really easily, you want to make sure you consult your doctor if you can do so. Again, if you struggle with eczema on your face, and if you struggle with really dry skin, what you're going to make sure, again, you make sure your hands are clean. This pachi say you can take a cream or an oil or a natural oil that can help you. So while you take your steam, and you can apply just a little bit, not too much, just a little bit, so that skin irritates the nose. You can use that to slowly massage the skin up and down, so it glides easily onto your skin, and you're not creating more damage or dryness or irritation for your face. Now, who is this best for? This is best for people who struggle with headaches. This is best for people who have asthma, who have sinus problems or chronic sinus problems. This also helps people who have dry skin and is coming in towards wrinkles. So this may also help you massage your skin. If you ever have been to a beauty salon or a parlor, irrespective of being a man or a woman, they would do when you do a facial, they massage your facial muscles. Again, this helps maintain the skin's elasticity. This helps maintain the tightness of the skin. If you are struggling, or if you're now slowly starting to see signs of aging, that means on your skin you start to see a little wrinkles coming through, this may be also another great practice to practice just as a massage technique on its own. Moving in towards our second Kriya that we are here for today, it's called Karna Randra Dhoti. Again, this was for your facial muscles, and now this is for your ear. So we forget that ear cleansing is also quite a very important Kriya practice. So a lot of people like to do these Kriya practices before they start their yoga practice. So by yoga practice, I mean their asana practice. So you would like to do these cleansing techniques so your body is nice and clean before you get up in the morning and show up on your mat or move on ahead with your day. Now, Karna Randra Dhoti means cleansing of the ear, as I said. Now how this is done again is you use your index finger. Now again, you want to make sure your nails are cut and they are short. They are not very long and sharp. If in case, kindly go ahead and clip them. Now you're going to make sure they're clean, and now you're going to take your index finger and you're slowly going to insert it inside the ear canal. Now the ear canal is very delicate and you do not want to create a lot of pressure when you do so, just a gentle bit. You're going to take it in and you're going to rotate it inside and out, gently back out. Nowadays people get very grossed out and disgusted with the earwax, so what you can do is you can take a tiny tissue. I like to take a wet wipe. You can take a wet wipe also. In olden times people didn't have earbuds, so they would like to do it with cotton buds also. You can take a nice cotton bud, create a little padding onto your finger, enough so that it doesn't get left behind inside. So you're going to take the finger in, you're going to cleanse first the outer lobe in and then slowly take it in the ear passage, gently going in side to side, and then you're going to pull it out and back in. You can change the cotton bud. If you have a lot of earwax, you can change the cotton bud, again go back in and cleanse. Now two things to make sure is we have something called the eardrum or the parda. You do not want to press in too deep and then damage your ear canal inside. Just a gentle bit, enough to be able to clean the ear passage, to be able to hear better. Now if you have headphones, you use a lot of headphones, this can generate more ear wax. So if you're comparing your ears to a normal person who never uses headphones, that person will produce less earwax compared to somebody who uses a lot of headphones. So if you do so, kindly make sure you're cleansing your ear quite a lot to help you stay away from any ear infections and hearing problems. We will make sure we do that on both the sides. So again, make sure you've cleansed your hands, come back in, use a cotton bud or a wet wipe if you want, slowly coming in here and gently going in clockwise, anti-clockwise, and then you will bring it out and come back in. If you think your ear canal is bigger, you can use 2 fingers. Highly likely it's not going to happen, but if you think you might, you can do that also. Now if you have ear piercings in your ear or anywhere inside the ear, kindly make sure you're going to take them out. You do not want to irritate or infect your ear piercings. That can be another problem that you might have to rush to the hospital for. You may not notice it now, but a lot of people need to go to the doctor and create a little tiny cut so that the pus can come out. So kindly make sure when you're doing all these Kriya practices, your hands are clean, your face is washed and clean, you have gargled your mouth, and that will be one of the basic practices to start with. Now with the Karna Randra Dhoti, if you are struggling with ear infections, that means infection of the ear, or if you have a broken eardrum or a torn eardrum, especially if you're into kickboxing, you're into boxing, or if you have any physical sports such as kabaddi is one of the best examples. What can happen is while you're playing with the force or while somebody is coming at you and hitting you, sometimes you may get a nice smack to the face that may create a little tingling sound. I'm sure even sometimes normally you hear this tingling sound in your ear, which is not normal, so you might really need to go and check with the doctor. When you feel very dizzy and disbalanced, that can be because of the disbalance also in the fluid in the ear. If you have vertigo, this will help you. If you have a little excess earwax problem or itchiness of the ear, or very regular basis you get ear infections, this will really help you get into a better lifestyle and avoid those ear infections coming through. Also, if daily basis you require to pass or you feel there is a lot of dust around you, this will help you again cleanse your ears. If you are struggling with a little hearing loss, this is also another very great Kriya to practice for your ears and general sense of well-being and hearing. These Kriya practices are a yogic practice, and this is something that people use in their lifestyle. So aajkal say on social media and yoga studios and commercialized places, yoga is only treated as yoga asanas and not treated as yoga as a whole. There are a lot of cleansing practices also in yoga. Also, yoga practices and kriyas are very similar to when you go for prayers. So prayer gardakheri pani, you wash your feet, you wash your hands, you wash your face, make sure the nostrils are clean, ears are clean, you gargle your mouth. These are one of the basic Kriya practices that you do even as you go for a puja, you wash your hair, you make sure you're clean. It's the same thing before you get onto your mat. Now, if you very seriously practice yoga, you take these few things very seriously: having a bath, going to a yoga practice empty stomach and not eating too heavy, eating clean and sattvic food, wearing clothes that are sourced in healthy ways, that are cruelty free, that are not animal products. This is also one of the yoga practices that people practice. Aajkal say people also try and avoid eating meat, which is one of the main basis of your yoga practice, ahimsa, to avoid cruelty towards animals and to yourself and your body also. So I hope in today's episode it was a little bit different and not asana practice. We did something more for a little bit of a yogic lifestyle and cleansing of our inside of the body and the outer body. So these Kriya practices you can add to your morning routine. When you get up and you use your face wash, you put your creams and serums. This can be a nice daily kickstart to your skincare routine and your general hygiene practices. I will see you again tomorrow with a very nice asana practice again, and I hope you have a very nice day ahead. Namaste.